Letterland ABC. Did you know that all the letters you see in books really come from a special place called Letterland? Letterland is full of people and animals who are usually invisible because Letterland is a secret place. In this book, you will be able to meet them all and see what they are really like. There's Clever Cat, the Hairy Hat Man, and the Wicked Water Witch who causes trouble wherever she goes, and many, many more. Letterland is a wonderful place to visit, so have fun! Annie Apple is usually the first person you meet when you arrive in Letterland. She lives in an apple orchard with lots of other apples, so she has lots of friends to play with. Annie Apple is always very busy. That's because apples are very important in Letterland. Everyone needs them to put into words. Letterland apples even have a special person to look after them. His name is Mr. A, the Apron Man. People call him that because he uses his apron to gather up apples for his apple stands. Guess how many apples there are in the picture? Do you think you could carry them all? Bouncy Ben is such a busy rabbit, busy bouncing his ball and playing games, and busy bouncing into words too. Bouncy Ben and his brothers all live in a burrow near the Letterland Bridge. Can you see one of Ben's brothers peeping out of the burrow? Everyone likes to watch Ben playing his favorite game. It is very clever. He balances a ball on his head right between his big brown ears. People say he is better at that than anyone else, but he has to practice a lot to stay the best. Do you think you could balance a ball on your head? Here's Clever Cat. She is having a picnic. Look at all the food she has brought with her. There are cream cakes, cucumber sandwiches, and lots of other good things to eat. She even remembered to bring along her favorite cushion. Clever Cat thinks of everything. That's why people call her Clever Cat. She knows all sorts of things. She knows how to cook. She knows how to cross the road. She even knows how not to catch a cold. She can also count up to 100. No wonder everyone calls her Clever Cat. Dippy Duck is always asking her duck friends round for a swim. Every day you can see them dipping and diving down at the duck pond. Dippy Duck likes splashing about all day long until she gets hungry, that is. Then she dashes over to her duck door, Can you see it on the other side of the duck pond? Do you think she'll have to duck down to get through? Guess what is waiting for her inside? A delicious dinner of dandelions and duckweed. It never takes her long to get that down. Eddie Elephant is not a very big elephant, but one day he's going to be ever so big when he grows up, that is. Eddie enjoys doing tricks. Can you see him tossing all those Easter eggs up in the air? Can you see which one isn't an Easter egg? When he's finished this egg trick, Eddie says he's going to eat all those eggs in 11 seconds. He couldn't be hungry after that, could he? Eddie Elephant belongs to Mr. E the Magic Man. He has taught Eddie lots of magic tricks as well. Everyone enjoys watching Eddie do those tricks. Look out for Mr. E and Eddie Elephant again at the end of the book. Fireman Fred is the fastest firefighter in Letterland. In fact, one Friday afternoon, Fred put out 14 fires in 5 minutes. This made him quite famous. Everyone in Letterland was so pleased that they gave him a new hose. It's a very special hose because it's full of frothy foam instead of water. So now Fred doesn't even get wet when he fights a fire. Fortunately, Fireman Fred also knows all about safety first. He tells the children in Letterland how to stop fires before they start. That way, he makes sure he only has a few fires to fight. Do you like playing on a swing? Golden Girl does. She has a swing right in the middle of her garden. Why do you think everyone calls her Golden Girl? Some say it's because she has gorgeous golden hair. Others say it's because she always tries to be good as gold. Her granddad has given her another name, Green Girl, because she loves gardening and is good at growing things, especially green grapes. When they're ripe and ready to eat, she picks her grapes in great bunches and loads them into her special go-kart. Then off she goes to give them to all the other girls and boys in Letterland. What a good girl! Everybody loves Harry, the Hairy Hat Man. He has so many hats that even Clever Cat can hardly count them all. If you ever meet the Hairy Hat Man, remember to keep very quiet. Why? Because the only thing he really hates is noise. That's why you'll hardly ever hear him speak above a whisper. He doesn't even wear shoes because he says they make too much noise as he hops along. When he's feeling especially happy, do you know what he does? He does a handstand with his hat on, very quietly, mind you. Impy Ink has a very important job because all the children in Letterland have ink pens. so they all need ink, lots of it. Sometimes Impy Ink feels extra impish. He fills his bottle with a very special ink indeed. It's called invisible ink, which means that nobody can see it. Impy Ink belongs to Mr. I, who sells a lot of interesting inks. He also sells ice cream. Everyone thinks this is a very good idea because Mr. I's ice cream tastes very, very nice. Watch out for him again at the end of the book. Jumping Jim is Letterland's champion jumper. He is also the best juggler in the land. He can even jump and juggle at the same time. Usually you can only see one of Jim's juggling balls because the others are moving so fast. Every time there are jumping competitions in Letterland, other people try to jump and juggle as well as Jim, but no one can. So Jumping Jim wins every time. Sometimes Jim jumps so high that his head disappears in the clouds. Do you think you would like to join him up there? The Kicking King is the best football player in Letterland. That's because he's fantastic at kicking. Sometimes he kicks his football so hard that they fly right across his kingdom. Everyone in Letterland thinks they are very lucky to have such a good, kind king. He is also great fun. He loves to fly his kite and he is very keen on pets. He has a pet kangaroo and lots of little kittens too. The kittens are not very keen on kicking, but his kangaroo is. At weekends, the Kicking King invites everybody round to watch a Letterland football match. They shout and cheer every time he scores a goal. Guess who keeps the score? His kangaroo.